Phantom Train journeyed to nowhere. In the outskirts of Hollow Creek, an abandoned railway line lay forgotten. Covered in vines and rust, it hadn't been used for nearly a century. But locals whispered about a ghostly train that still ran the tracks. They called it the Phantom Train, a locomotive from another time. It appeared without warning, its whistle echoing through the night. Passengers who boarded it were never seen again. The train was said to be a portal, traveling between worlds. Some believed it connected to the temporal void, looping through lost timelines. Others claimed it was cursed, carrying souls who could never move on. The legend began in 1927 when Train 107 vanished without a trace. It was a stormy night, the rain pouring down in torrents. The train left Hollow Creek Station, bound for the next town. But it never arrived, disappearing somewhere along the route. Search parties scoured the tracks but found no wreckage, no survivors. It was as if the train had been swallowed by the darkness. Witnesses swore they heard the whistle echoing long after it vanished. They saw ghostly lights along the abandoned tracks, flickering like lanterns. Some even claimed to hear voices calling out from the shadows. Over the decades, the sightings continued, always at midnight. People saw the train speeding by, its windows glowing dimly. Passengers stared out, faces pale and eyes hollow. They seemed trapped in time, repeating the same journey endlessly. Those who were brave enough to approach heard the conductor's voice. Next stop, nowhere, Vahidi announced, his voice echoing into the void. A young journalist named Eric was determined to solve the mystery. He wanted to prove the Phantom Train was just a legend. Armed with his camera and recorder, he camped by the old tracks. At exactly midnight, the air grew cold, and a low rumble shook the ground. The whistle cut through the night, long and mournful. Headlights appeared, glowing dimly through the fog. The Phantom Train roared past, its carriages shimmering like smoke. Eric's camera malfunctioned, the screen filled with static. But his recorder captured the sounds, the whistle, the voices. He heard laughter, cries, and the conductor's chilling announcement. Desperate to see more, he ran alongside the moving train. Through the windows, he saw the passengers frozen in time. They wore clothing from different eras, some centuries old. Their faces were blank, eyes staring ahead, lips motionless. One passenger turned and looked at Eric, his mouth moving soundlessly. But Eric understood the message: Dante, get on, Dante, follow. Ignoring the warning, Eric reached for the handle, determined to board. The door swung open, cold air rushing out, filled with whispers. Voices begged him to save them, to free them from the endless journey. But as he stepped inside, the train shuddered, the door slamming shut. The whistle blew again, the lights flickering as the train sped up. Eric realized his mistake too late, his surroundings blurry. Time twisted around him, the scenery outside looping endlessly. He saw Hollow Creek Station pass by again and again, unchanged. His reflection stared back at him from the window, growing older. His hair turned grey, his face wrinkling, but the train never stopped. His voice joined the whispers, echoing through the carriages. Eric became one of the lost passengers trapped in the loop. Days later, his equipment was found by the tracks covered in frost. His recordings were distorted, filled with ghostly voices. His camera showed only static, except for one frame. A blurry image of the Phantom Train, its windows glowing dimly. Eric's face was among the passengers, staring out in silent horror. Dr. Monroe's research connected the Phantom Train to the temporal void. She believed it was a time loop, capturing those who strayed too close. According to her notes, the train moved outside of linear time. It carried its passengers through alternate realities, forever lost. She theorized the train was a shadow of something that once existed, an echo of a journey that was never meant to end. No one knows where the train is headed or when it will appear again. But its whistle still echoes through the night, a warning to all. Those who hear it feel a chill, as if time itself is slipping away. In 2085, the Phantom Train will return, searching for new passengers. Will anyone be able to break the time loop and free the lost souls? Or will they, too, be trapped on the journey to nowhere? Would you dare to board the Phantom Train or run from its haunting whistle? Subscribe for more chilling legends and mind-bending mysteries.